didn't have a good time and is afraid of anything and likes to work, does not like to work. And I can read about Steiny's Bad Day, where I actually have a torture scene, if you're into the more dark stuff, I have the torture scene of Fesman. And it's his prosecution and torture for betraying his dwarven clan. Which would you guys like to read here of that? Or does it interest you, and I can pick different other sections as well.
Do we get voices?
I will try my best to do some voices. We also have Vlarkar and Amerix. Amerix is a mean old grizzled dwarf, a David Gilmour Druss type character. He's only alive because he's just so mean and grizzled that he just has not died of old age. And he unintentionally saves an orc whelp. And the orc follows him, it won't go away. And Amerix and Vlarkar unintentionally begin some misadventures. And obviously there are some cultural differences there. And in this passage they have to deal with some of their cultural differences. And the next one I have is a dragon. This is book 3, it's titled Darien Queeness. Darien is a great white dragon in the book. A lot of people like dragons. And it's a very small excerpt, but it's a little bit of the dragons, and it's written in the dragon's point of view, so you get to see a little bit about the dragon. This is Death of Kings, and this one I have Steiny again. And Steiny really doesn't vary. I don't care if he's in a scary scene or a happy scene, he just does not vary. It's Steiny, it's always going to have some comedy.
Shane Moore,
and then we have an Aiden teaser. In the Queendom of Aiden are a bunch of the Amazonian type, except for some warriors, they are sorceresses. They hate men, men are used for slavery and reproduction only. And there's a little teaser about some of the Aiden characters. In this particular section, it will set up as one of the women have betrayed the other one and put her into a big Girian, so it's kind of a setup there for, it's a bad place for her to be. And this is my most recent book, this is Birth of a Nation. This one actually debuts Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca in Star Wars, became a fan of my series, and actually he wanted to be a character, so this debuts his character in the book series. So I have an opening of Petrovisk. The neat thing about Peter is Petrovisk mirrors Peter, but Peter is 7'4" Englishman. I don't know if you guys know that. And he married a 5'3" Texan woman with 3 Texan daughters. So when Peter wanted to be a character, I flew down to Granbury, Texas, and I was learning about his personality. So I didn't want to mirror Chewbacca, even though when he called me on the phone and asked if I had any tall, furry characters in my book series, and of course I said no, Peter, would you like there to be? And he says, of course. So he's already played a tall, furry character in a very predominant science fiction movie. So I wanted to make sure there was a lot of separation, so I wanted to mirror the character after his personality. And of course, Chewbacca does have speaking lines in Star Wars. Peter didn't speak them, and really we don't know what the hell he's saying anyways. So I wanted to define the character. So I went down and spent time with him, and through cons and stuff like that, hanging out with him, and I got to meet his wife, Angie. And Angie is a spitfire of a Texan woman if there's ever been one. The other interesting thing with their family is their daughter, Katie, their youngest, is an art whiz. And then you have the other 2 daughters. One's an Ellie Mae Clampett that loves animals, and the other is a techno geek. So in watching, and getting to know them and understanding their family interaction is so dynamic, and I just said, hey, I want to write your entire family's characters. Peter and Angie, do you guys mind that? And of course, Angie, being the boss, signs off. She goes, yeah, absolutely. So I wrote in their entire family, and of course, they debut in Birth of a Nation. If you guys would like to hear about the opening of Petrovisk, we have the character Jude, who's a very popular character. He's the large man with a diminutive personality. And then I have a good scene in Birth of a Nation with a fight with Amerix and some dragons. That's usually an exciting one. And then I have, at the very end, I have one with Lance. This one has potential spoiler, so I don't usually read that one a lot. But you guys came to the event. You guys tell me what you want to hear, unless you just want me to pick something and start.